Imagine thinking that the house your husband purchased is your retirement after you initiate divorce, only to find out that the house is in your husband's mother's name.
Doesn't matter whose name it is under. All that matters is that we're divorced and this house which I've paid for isn't for you.
Well, you haven't paid for it if it's not under your name, no?
Well, no, it doesn't matter whose name it is for.
Well, it does, because
Well,
we were together.
Okay, well, I bought this house as a gift for my mum
Well, why are we living in it then?
because it doesn't matter.
Well, it does, because if we
Well,
divorced...
no, yeah, we're not living in it anymore, are we? Well, I am.
So how long are you going to keep that a surprise for then?
It doesn't matter. You didn't pay a single penny for the house.
I contributed my fair share to this place.
How did you?
Cooking, cleaning, one less thing for you to
Oh, well, congratulations.
That was the
You can cook and
agreement.
clean somewhere else. Look, you divorced me, okay, yeah? You have no right to this house.
You have no right to this house after you divorce me. Now, could this be a skit? Maybe. Has this happened before? Of course it's happened before. Who can forget the era of Hakimi? You guys remember this? The beautiful story of the famous soccer player who also went through a situation where a woman was planning to divorce him and take what he had, only to find out that all his assets were in his mother's name. I gotta be honest with you guys, I was curious to know if that's something that could actually work here in the States. Like, I saw a bunch of people after they remember watching this story thought to themselves, well, why don't I just do the same thing? And I went and did some research, and to my surprise, this is something that's actually possible. The only problem, and this is from attorneys who I have spoken to, say the reason why it's challenging to actually accomplish is you can't actually look like you're trying to use putting your assets in your mother's name to protect against divorce. That's the tough part, right? It can't look that way. And I'm assuming in this case for Hakimi, this is just how he had always done things for probably the majority of his career. Now, to all of a sudden move stuff before your marriage, I'm assuming that, alerts some red flags. Let's keep listening.
I knew that this was going to come because since we first got married or whatever, that's all you're interested in. You're only interested in the financial side of stuff. And then when shit hits the fan, things start to go a bit low. You call for a divorce. Cool, I'll let you have that divorce.
No.
But when I bought this house, I put this house in my mum's name. I bought this house as a gift for my mum.
So you had no right to lie to me about it.
I didn't lie to you. Didn't lie to you at all.
You said that you bought the
We
house.
lived in the house. I did buy the house. I bought the house.
So why did you not tell me when you bought the house?
I didn't need
Under your
to
name?
because it wasn't your business.
But we were together. We were married.
Well, we're not now. We're not now. You divorced me, and it's clear to see why you divorced me.
Yeah, because you're a liar.
I'm not lying, Stacey. You divorced me because that's what you was interested in. And then when business came a bit low, since COVID, you wasn't there. You were just complaining. You were just complaining. Oh, don't even bring COVID into it. Look, impacting my business, and you weren't happy with it. And now, because things are becoming good again, that's when now you're back. And then when you found out, that after the divorce proceedings, there's nothing for you. That's why you're back, isn't it?
The biggest thing is that you lied to me for however
So
long
what did
we
you
were married
want? What did you expect? Do you think that you've earned a share of this house?
for. Absolutely.
For
I
what?
made it homely.
For what? Cooking and cleaning.
Making it homely. I made it.
You
homely.
made it homely.
I made it a lovely place for us living together.
No,
And
not
I found out
really.
it's for your mum.
You've made it into a hellhole.
How? It's clean.
He said a hellhole. Just a reminder, man, that it doesn't matter what you think at the end of the day. All that matters is what's on that document, what's on that contract. That's all that matters at the end of the day. A lot of people don't like to think of marriage in this way, but it is a contract, very much like you getting into a business contract with another partner. Of course, that leads me to the sponsor of this channel, fathershaverights.com. I get emails that reach out to me from other companies that want to sponsor my channel and the content on this channel. And I typically turn them down. And that's because I took a chance and decided I could create a service that can be valuable to thousands of men, even millions, and that can be the official sponsor of this channel. And that is fathershaverights.com. Engaged and soon to be married men. There's not a lot of simple and clear information that explains very simply how to get a prenup, right? No BS, just how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement. Typically, the system benefits when a man walks into the process completely blind. If you need a prenup but don't know where to start, we have the #1 guide that shows future husbands how to get a prenup before they hire an attorney. And we made the whole process easy for men planning to get married. Here's how it works. #1, get the guide. Get instant access to the prenup playbook, includes expert insights and structure. #2, follow the plan. Watch the lessons, complete the worksheets, learn how to talk to your fiance and what exactly to ask your attorney. #3, draft with confidence. At this point, you're ready to speak to an attorney and pursue the process of getting a prenup informed and in control. So when's the best time to get a prenup? Well, the expert attorneys at fathershaverights.com will tell you the earlier, the better. Signing too close to the wedding can raise legal issues. Preparation matters. So don't wait. Hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section and join the hundreds of future husbands who prepared for their marriages the right way.
It's laid out lovely. It's homely.
You've not been here for 6 months.
Well, yeah, because you've been lying to me this whole time.
I've not been lying to you.
You told
You
me
never
bought this
asked me.
house.
Yeah, I did buy this house. You never asked me once. Is this house in your name? You never asked me that
Why
question.
do I need to ask that? If you're buying a house, you're only going to assume it's going to be bought for yourself.
No, you buy a house for your children, a house for your mum.
We don't have kids.
Exactly. I'm saying if you have kids, you buy it for your kids. I'm not like you. I don't just buy for myself, you know.
This is irrelevant. My biggest issue is that you have lied throughout the whole time we were
It
together.
doesn't matter. We're not together anymore. You can go your own way into your own shared house with your parents, whilst I'll stay here in the house which I bought.
Yeah, and lie to the next person that you date. So good luck to whoever that is.
Well, no, I'm protecting myself actually.
How are you protecting yourself?
Protecting myself.
You
Yeah.
lied to that throughout the whole relationship.
You know what, Stacey? I'm gonna get back inside my house. Okay? Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Yeah.
All right, there you go. You know, the best way I've realized that anybody, if you're going to go through the unfortunate situation of a divorce, the best way is without the children, is without kids. There she says we don't even have kids. That's when you're really, really free. Because something that people never really talk about is you can divorce your significant other, you can divorce your wife, but you can't divorce those kids. Check out a few of these comments. Top comment here says she didn't know this trick. Of course, they have Achraf Hakimi. Here's somebody else who says Hakimi method remains undefeated. Somebody else here says I cooked and cleaned in this hotel, so it's half mine now. That's funny. That's really funny. Somebody else here added you can see her whole plan crumble in 4K. Another comment who says bro really did Hakimi strategy. Good on you, bro. Well done. Another person who says she's a strong, independent woman. She can buy her own house. And somebody else who says smart man. Speaking of the Hakimi method, it's funny how that's now been coined as like a method by his name. Here we have a think piece from an attorney. Let's check it out.
One of the craziest divorces I have seen in my life. European football star Achraf Hakimi cheated his wife out of his $70 million by putting it in his mother's name. He had zero net worth on paper.
Why did she say cheated though?
And the Spanish court ruled in his favor, finding that he had nothing to divide in this marriage. Then his wife, who was worth only $6 million, had to pay him half because her money was titled in her name.
All right, you got to admit that's a little crazy. I'm not saying she didn't deserve it here because if I'm going to be honest with you, she would have done the exact same thing to him if she could.
America, that wouldn't have been allowed to happen. The money would have been put back into the marital pot.
So she says in America that wouldn't have been allowed to happen. I'm not an attorney. I would never argue with an attorney on an issue that I know nothing about. But I know there are attorneys out there that believe you can accomplish this in the state. The bottom line is a lot of people I've seen see this as like a better way than going the prenuptial agreement route. And that seems to be not true from the expert attorneys who I've spoken to. Somebody else who says only $6 million. She says it like it's pocket change. Another person who says in America, the system is crooked. Somebody else here added, thanks, Hakimi. The greatest man of all time. Is education illegal in America? Another person who says, well done, Hakimi. Hey guys, as always, I appreciate you checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon to be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link into the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.